this is Seema. Welcome back to Skillopedia, the place to learn skills for the real world. Did you know that job skills are not just the abilities relating to your job description or your job profile? Let me tell you a little secret. Everything that you do at work is a job skill. How you talk to your boss is a job skill. How you encourage an employee when he or she is stressed is a job skill. In fact, even remembering your boss's birthday is a job skill. These little tiny things seem kind of insignificant, also seem kind of unnecessary. However, they are very important when they have to shape your career. So let's have a look at what these job skills or what these invisible job skills are. The first job skill is show up at work. Of course, everybody can go to work. So why is that a job skill? Because some people don't. Are you one of those people who call your boss and tell him that you are going to be sick today, you're not going to come to work today? Well, don't be that person. Don't abuse the vacation policy. Go to work and go on time, because coming to work every day and showing up to work every day is a basic invisible job skill which will take you very far in your career. The next job skill is know your job currency. Now, it is very important to ask yourself, am I adding value to my job or to the work that I'm doing? Well, in order to answer that question correctly, you've got to know what your job currency is. Say, for example, you are a call center advisor. Your job description is taking phone calls. But what is your job currency? How do you add value to your job? Your job currency is delighting customers and giving them the best resolution in the fastest possible manner. So if you know your job currency, you can always add value to your job. Let me tell you, employees who add value to their job always end up being invaluable. The next job skill you must have is that you must always have an upbeat and very good attitude. A lot of people at work are foolish enough to believe that they are actually doing their company a favor by going to work. That is so not true. If you have that mindset, you are setting yourself up for a really bad attitude. You own your own attitude. You are responsible for your own attitude. Do you want to know what your attitude is? Well, what you need to do is ask your friend an honest opinion about what he thinks your attitude is like. Be humble enough to take hard advice. If you need an attitude change, go ahead and change it so that your attitude is always positive and upbeat. The next job skill is to do more than you've been asked to do. Tell me, what do you think separates a good employee from an outstanding one? An employee who does more than he is asked to do. Yes, you must exceed expectations. If your boss tells you to do a job in 1 hour and you end up doing it in 30 minutes and then take the extra time to help a co-worker, believe me, that shows that you have exceeded expectations. And these little things never go unnoticed. So always make sure that you do more than is asked of you so that you always exceed expectations. very important job skill is to be diplomatic. Well, diplomacy or being diplomatic at your workplace is about doing little things for the people who are around you in your work environment. Well, what could those little things possibly be? It could be something as simple as holding the door open or holding the elevator door open for a coworker. It could be something like, just getting someone a cup of coffee if you see them working too hard on a particular project. It could also be something like getting a birthday cake for an employee who did not expect to celebrate their birthday. Well, these are very little things, but they make people like you. They make you more likable, of course, and it also helps you in your career in the long run. So we should always be very diplomatic. The next invisible job skill is to be grateful. In other words, don't complain all the time. Do you know people who complain all the time at work? They complain about everything, just about everything. And you're always wondering why they complain so much. Well, these kind of people are not the ones with a very good attitude. So stop complaining about little things like the quality of lunch, the way your office looks, the lighting, or, just the air freshener. Simple little things like that don't need to be complained about all the time, right? You've got to be grateful that you have a job because there are many people who actually don't. So always be grateful with whatever you've got. And that is always going to help you get a very good attitude. The next thing you need to remember is to play to your strengths. This is basically about giving your best based on what your strengths are. For example, if you want to schedule a meeting, ensure that you schedule a meeting early in the morning because that's when you are really fresh and energetic to think and have creative ideas. Don't schedule a meeting late in the evening when everyone is tired. So basically, an invisible job skill wherein you've got to play to your strengths basically implies that you've got to do things based on when everybody is the best to do it. That's what it means to play to your strengths, which is a very important job skill. The next important job skill is to use company resources in order to educate yourself. Do you know that a lot of companies are actually willing to invest in your education? Well, that's a wonderful thing because if a company is willing to invest in you, invest in your education, they are obviously interested in your well-being. Now, the education could be an academic one, wherein you've got to complete your higher studies, or it could be a more skill-based one, wherein you are going to learn about how to live a stress-free life, you are going to learn about how to make ends meet when it comes to financial resources. So whatever it is, if your company is willing to invest in you, ensure that you jump at the opportunity. Take the time to use company resources in order to educate yourself. That is going to make you a very good employee and a very fruitful one. Well, that's it from me on this session on invisible job skills. So whether you've been in the workforce for 15 years or whether you are just new to any job, ensure that you improve on these job skills so that you can have a successful and a very bright career ahead of you. To learn more such skills, do not forget to subscribe to Skillopedia, the place to learn skills for the real world.